Substance Use Advisory Commission chairperson. And just welcome to all. It's good to see people and good to be seen. What I wanted to do today, we've got let's go around first and take a roll call, and everybody just say their name and their position on the commission, and then everyone else your name and your connection or your reason for attending today. I see we have about 3 guests also. So Elliot, I'll start off from Elliot Palmer. I am the Substance Use Advisory Commission chairperson.
I'm Ryan Johnston, and I am the vice chairperson and also on the communications committee.
Okay. Hi, I'm Susan Foster. I am the education chair.
I think Lynn stepped off, so Marquita, Deja.
Yes, good afternoon. I'm Marquita Mbonu. I'm a staff person in the Office of Equity and Inclusion who supports the Substance Use Advisory Commission.
Same, my name is Deja Deaver with the City of Raleigh Office of Equity and Inclusion. Also support this board as well.
Okay. And we have 3 attendees. If you all could introduce yourselves, I don't know if you're able to.
I can ask them to allow them to speak. Give me 1 second.
My name is David Turpin, and I'm a former member of the advisory committee and former CEO at Southlight, now in private practice, and I'm interested in what you guys are doing.
Welcome, Ms. Turpin.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Erica Mingo. I am a former military doctor, and I was just interested in.
Oops.
I don't know if did I mute myself? I'm sorry.
Start again, Erica.
My name's Erica Mingo, and I was formerly a military doctor. I'm now doing telemedicine, and I was just interested in what you guys are doing.
Well, welcome. And we have a phone call. Someone join us over the phone.
Okay, they're not unmuting.
Okay, so. And Lynn, go ahead. You're muted, Lynn.
I'm having some computer problems right now, but my name is Lynn Williams, and I am employed with the Alcohol Drug Council of North Carolina. And I'm also the chairperson for the Outreach Committee and the treasurer for this committee.
Okay. All right, great. Thank you, everybody, for attending. Lynn, do you have a copy of the minutes from the last meeting?
I do, but I'm going to have to go off the screen to pull them up.
Okay. Or would someone else like to share the minutes from the last meeting? Well, here's a better question. Has everyone received the minutes from the last meeting?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. So is there a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting?
Aye, Lynn Williams.
Okay. Second?
Second, Ryan Johnston.
Okay, all in favor of accepting the minutes from last meeting?
Aye.
By show of hands, please. Okay. Unanimous? All right, thank you, sir. All right.
Elliot, who's taking meetings today because Tracy isn't here?
So Lynn has agreed to take the minutes today.
Thanks, Lynn.
Okay. So just as a recap in my chairman's report, our work plan for the next 6 months, this is for our visitors to hear also. There's a little update about what we're doing, what we're focusing on in light of COVID. and the changes we've had to make this year. So our top items to complete within the next 6 months are completion of making edits to the RAC cards and purchasing RAC cards so that when we are out in the community, community will have information on the Substance Use Advisory Commission and contact information to get in touch with us to help us in work going forward. We've been planning on what COVID vaccination sites the commission will be distributing information and PPE. And keeping in mind there's a high number of individuals showing up at these events, and we need to be mindful about having enough RAC cards and enough PPE to distribute. Also, commission need to find out what commission members will be manning which sites, and we're moving forward with our film series to be hosted and viewed at local churches, Post Center, and shared with other commissions to provide information and resources to the community. And in these film series, we have different documentaries or different informational films such as Resilience, The Anonymous People, oh gosh. We got a few educational films about substance use and substance use prevention. We want to start promoting and promoting viewings in our area to promote awareness and education about substance use in our community. Since we're not able to be in person as much as we would like, we're doing a lot of this virtually. A couple of other ideas and projects that we have going forward are partnering up with food distribution and COVID-19 testing sites where we can connect with community members at those sites and at those events, providing information on relapse prevention and treatment and options to individuals in the community, let them know what's available, how to get in touch with the Substance Use Advisory Commission, and how to get in touch with the resources in the community. And those are our big efforts in the next 6 months. One of our biggest projects that we participate in yearly is the prescription medication drop-off. And in light of COVID, all that's been on hold. So we are redirecting and coming up with new ideas and things that we can do now during the pandemic to keep to promote the resources and the prevention efforts that are available, because substance use is on the rise during the pandemic. Mental health issues are on the rise during the pandemic, and we're trying to figure out how we can best help our community here. So any of you visitors that have any ideas, you're welcome to email us or throw in the chat any suggestions or things you might have, resources. We'd love to hear from you all, and we thank you for attending. And that's basically my chairman's report. So can we go to the committee reports? As I know, Ryan, you have to be gone in a little while. So would you like to give us a report on the communications?
Yes, so I worked on 2 things since last meeting. One being what I spoke about, getting preliminary approval from my office to be able to distribute our materials to people who receive the vaccines and people who are being tested. So I just need to know what materials we have and what we would want to hand out. And if there's something that needs to still be created or, edited, I'm just not sure where we are with those handouts. And if it's just our RAC card right now, I'm not sure. I also contacted Davie Street Presbyterian Church, downtown Raleigh. They are interested in as well letting us distribute that material when they do testing, and they're doing it about once or twice a month now, free COVID testing. So again, they just wanted to see what we had before approving it. They were also interested in partnering with us on the movie series. So I think that they'll be a really good resource for us. They're downtown, they're right by Moore Square, they're really active in the community. So I'm going to keep pursuing that relationship because it seems like a good one.
Okay.
So does anybody know where we are with the materials distribution? Is it just the rack card? What is there something that needs to be done?
I can speak to the RAT cards. I know
Okay.
Demetrius is still working with our communications department to finalize the RAT card, but I'm not sure about other materials. But the RAT card he's working on that, so they should have something very soon to you.
Okay.
But I'll follow up with him to follow up with you all about it.
Okay. Is that all we want to hand out at this point? Or are we going to also try and hand out a list of resources at the same time? What's the goal?
Well, I have asked the Alcohol Drug Council to provide me with some brochures, both in English and in Spanish.
Great.
So that would be something that we could pass out. So that also would give a number for pregnant women who are seeking services, and also just single men and women that are seeking any kind of services. And I have a few other things that we could possibly put in there because the National Guard Initiative is also working out of our office. So they have information as well to pass out for veterans.
Oh, good.
So Ryan, I can get that stuff to you if the commission.
Okay. And maybe if you could get that to me, I'll look over it. And then I guess when we want it printed, what's the process for that?
Oh,
Marquita?
we already have it printed.
Oh, good. So we don't have to pay to have it printed or anything. Awesome. That's exciting.
Okay.
Okay, cool. All right, great. Thank you.
Looks like Susan had something she's wanting to say.
Oh,
Something.
okay.
So Lynn, just to clarify, are those handouts kind of a list of services that are in the community? Is that what I'm hearing?
Not a list of the services in the community, but it is the number to the Alcohol Drug Council where anybody can call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to seek any kind of help that they need, whether it be substance use or mental health. It's not a formalized list of places, but we will give them a list when they call us.
Great. Yeah. So that's perfect. That's, an overload with, it's more targeted. If they call, they can tell you what they need and get direct information. So I know we've done health fairs. I have some stuff that we have at Poe. We've kind of slipped away from the too many handouts because so much can be, like Lynn does, accessed online and it's updated regularly because it's online. What Poe Center could possibly offer is we have information on Lock Your Meds. So we don't have the medicine take backs right now, but we know that everybody is at home and we want homes to be safe for young people, especially if they're dealing with the stressors, and make sure that those aren't accessible. So we can certainly maybe we can add to what Lynn's offering as some pointers about how to dispose of meds, how to look up to be able, if there are still permanent drop-off boxes, just that overall stuff that we pass out at an event that we usually do with the medicine drop-offs. Could be something we can provide, and we would print that. So it wouldn't be anything that the commission would have to financially support. Does that sound like something y'all would like to have included?
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay. Also, Ryan, you might want to get with Susan. We already have a box with standard stuff that the commission gives out when we attend the fairs. Let's say we're attending the health fairs or resource fairs. We already have, Susan keeps a box with all the materials and stuff that we usually give out at those things. I don't know now, though, some of that stuff is
Well, it's kind of
obsolete because of COVID,
well, it's kind of different because we kind of lay it out on the table and people pick up what they want. So we don't have to have like enough of each thing for everybody
right.
necessarily. And since it's kind of, so we've got some basic stuff on like a pamphlet on underage drinking or a pamphlet on, opioids. There's, stuff like that. So we also have kind of like what Lynn has. We also have a resource list for parents that they can go to sites to get information like that. So we could look and see if they call Lynn, they might get, I guess they would get treatment resources. This is more on the prevention end. Like if you want to learn about vaping, here's a site for parents to go to learn, about that. So it's more of a prevention based list. It might be a nice complement to what Lynn's, so we can be preventative as well as of treatment focused. But yeah, we do have those. I just, the other thing is if people are coming by, would it be, I'm not a huge fan of plastic bags, but if there's something we could put all this in, that would be just an easy, quick, be able to reference to walk away. Is there something that we should put it in or just kind of?
I mean, could we just paper clip it as like our little packet?
Yeah, so we might need to get together just to, yeah, that sounds good. Just as long as where it's just easy for people to take. So that sounds good to me. Paper clips, certainly.
Okay.
Yeah, well, as the communications, I'll take on putting those together. If I can get the materials, then I have 2 children who can do it. So
Okay. So Ryan, one thing you might want to do is have a conversation with Marquita.
Okay, yeah.
Because we're talking about doing these events. We discussed last meeting the number of people that come to these events, to these COVID testing and food distribution events, the drive-through events. Most of the time we're talking hundreds.
Right.
And so we want to, with that printing, we don't want to put that on someone. We've got a budget, we've got funding that we have to utilize.
Sure.
So find out, maybe talk to Marquita and find out what are our options for getting stuff, sure the city approves what we put out, but what are our options for going out and getting the materials printed? Okay. And using our budget for that and how that would look. Okay. Anything else from the commission? From the communication?
That's all I got.
All right, thank you.
And
So outreach.
Lynn Williams here. Our committee hasn't met this month, and largely in part that I've been sick. I've been out, had surgery and everything. But I have been trying to contact whomever is in charge for the PNC arena to see if we could possibly be at that event to pass out materials. From what I understand, it's going to be a pretty large event, given that they will be doing the vaccines, and they're also going to be doing food and everything all at one time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's certainly somewhere we would want to be. If it's
so Lynn, I don't know if you got the numbers or contact numbers, but you might want to try to reach out to Dennis Gadding with CSI. I know they participated in their last event, and ask them who do we need to talk to so that we can also be part of the vendors or whatnot, participate in there.
all right. And I don't know, Susan, I don't know if let's see, if Josh had got with you about what he was talking about, the presentation he was talking about.
I haven't heard from Josh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. but that's all for outreach. We do have a balance in our treasurer right now of $4,000.
Okay. Well, we'll get back to, so we'll go ahead. So you're making the treasury report too?
Yes,
Okay, so,
we allowed $600 for the rat cards,
okay,
and we made a donation of $2,400 to the Joint Commission for the project that they're doing.
okay.
So that gave us
So-
a balance of 4,000.
So the Office of Equity and Inclusion, that joint commission?
Yes.
Okay. All right, cool. Thank you. Education.
All right, well, Elliot and Ricardo and I got a chance to meet, and I appreciate Marquetta, the update on the rat cards, because we of course talked about that. And so Demetrius is getting that approved in the final, all the I know we were looking at formatting and so forth. So we were kind of wondering, we don't really know the cost of that. I guess that would come along once all that's done. So, because I know we had a question about our costs and the number we would want to order, which would of course apply into the cost. So that was something we were going to take back to the greater group here to kind of get an idea of what we wanted to shoot for. Remember that? Anything you want to say about that, Elliot? Or
Okay. Well, yeah, just keep in mind that we're talking about getting materials in the hundreds.
yeah,
Okay. So that's not for somebody to just run off at their house.
no, this is the rat card. So I think
Well, the rat cards, we're waiting on, Marquita's handling that. We gotta wait back, the
Right.
city has their process.
I think we're leaning toward 500, but of course we don't know what the cost of the 500 would be. But that's kind of what we were thinking we would.
Yeah, so we voted last time to approve 500.
Yeah.
And we're just waiting for that to all be put in place. What else was it we talked about?
So, I guess just to review I will be providing a flyer to y'all about the sessions at the Post Center, and that's I think $600 that will come out of our budget that are being sponsored. Those programs. One is a general substance use prevention program for adults, with a companion program to be parents and kids together to kind of learn some protective factors around substance use and stress management and things like that. And then another one for just parents around vaping. And so so that will be coming out of the budget that Lynn, but we usually invoice that after we complete the sessions. But I'll have a flyer and to send out to y'all. We also are doing a number of other sessions that are not sponsored by the commission, but certainly would love for y'all to push out. They're all substance use, and they're free as well, or no charge to the public. So I'll have that for you shortly. But if you follow us on social media, the commission will be on there as well, noted. And then I guess whatever else we can do to market it and push it out through our own resources here with the commission or through the city's website or social media page. So that will be coming up in March and April. So, and then hopefully I was going to want to get up Nicholas, who isn't joining us today, to kind of see about where they were with their panel trainings and see if there's some way we could support and partner with that, since education and I know those kind of run closely together. But I had not heard from Nicholas.
Okay. All right, thank you very much.
Yep.
I have a question or a comment or question, if I may. So
Okay.
Susan, whenever you have the flyers and things, information regarding the upcoming series and the other substance use events that are open to the public, if you could send that to Demetrius and our team, and so we can put it out through the city's social media account as well to spread the word.
And again, I think before when we had flyers when we were in person, I know I sent to get it kind of approved to make sure y'all were okay with how we worded things and whatnot. So I'm aware that we still like to have a nice thumbs up from the city about it. So I should have it soon, and I'll send it to you. And yes, I'd love if y'all would push that out. If you feel comfortable pushing out all of the sessions, but certainly the ones that are the 3 that are focused on our commission is great. So thank you. I'll add it.
All right, so now if we could move into the staff liaison report. Demetrius is not with us today, so.
Yes, he had everyone's pulling on Demetrius, so he had
Yeah.
another event. So I'm here to support you all today. So I just really have an update on the Raleigh Unity giveaway event. So I sent some email like literally a few minutes before this meeting, just so because I want to say, hey, I'm going to send it to you. So I want to say it's already in your inbox, but it's a flyer for the event. It's coming up on Saturday, February the 20th. At Southeast Raleigh High School from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And again, the goal and the purpose of this event is to get resources to the hardest hit areas that have been affected and impacted by COVID. So that's why the location is in Southeast Raleigh, which is within the 27610 zip code area. So when it's a drive-through event, so when individuals come through, they'll receive care packages. So that's how we kind of market it, like some care packages from the city of Raleigh, sponsored by all the boards and commissions. So we're excited about you all partnering together to do this. So in the care packages, people will receive PPE, children will receive, because we'll have 2, and I'll talk about that in a second, but children in their care packages, they'll have some PPE as well, some school supplies, blankets, because it's still cold out there, y'all. And then also every household or family will receive an interfaith food shuttle food box, as well as, and you all were talking about kind of resources. So what we're doing, and kind of some of the same things that we're hearing from different boards and commissions, is that we need to create a resource page that is one location that has different information, and one location easy for people to access and get to. So what we're working on now, and I sent that's part of the email, is that we want to also put in these care packages like a little rat card, probably like something postcard size, with a QR code on it. So people can just take a photo and it takes them to the city webpage, and we'll have it kind of outlined, broken down by like substance use resources, fair housing resources, based on different communities and needs and things like that. So we'll have that there. So some of the resources that you all talked about today, like the Alcohol Drug Council, Ms. Lane, if you could send that to me. Also, Susan, you talked about some different resources, and Ryan mentioned something else too. So I'll follow up with her. We want to include that on our website as well. And just to talk about with the drive-through event, the target group or the target amount, we're looking to serve 1,000 adults and 1,000 children. So we'll have a total of 2,000 care packages we're going to give away. And so that leads me to the second part of this, is that we need volunteers. So I put that in the email as well. We really need the boards and commissions to come out. We need help with pre-packaging, like pulling the bags together and creating the bags. So we have already secured a location at the convention center. We're going to be following COVID protocols. I mean, so you won't be around, you'll be in the same place, but you won't be near each other, right? So we're trying to make it as safe as possible. And then we'll need volunteers on the day of, because like we said, we have 1,000 at least people that we're going to serve, adults that are driving. So, but you have the details in your email, but that's kind of the update in regards to that upcoming event.
Okay, so Marquette, can I ask you, because I'm working with the project right now to increase mental health and substance use support and services, like peer support. And we've been attending events such as this and giving out information on Hope for NC and the 211, and there's a new warm line that's in operation. Would it be possible for us to join in and give out that information there also?
So I will tell you, in the bags, the only resources we're giving is that rat card. So if you can give me the information that, like electronically, I can add it to our website. But we're not putting any additional like flyers and stuff in the bag.
No, I'm saying if we came out personally and put out and handed out stuff to people after they seen you on their way out, here you go.
we're trying to do one-stop shop. So just one bag in the car. Like we're just gonna have a pop the trunk and put it in the car. So we can talk a little bit more about that offline, but
Okay,
right now we're just giving them one thing, one bag,
okay.
one thing, so they can keep the line going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was gonna be kind of because we might have some lock boxes to give away for medication. I have to look at our inventory, and it certainly wouldn't be 1,000, but it could be that first. But I totally appreciate that it's one, putting something in and everybody goes. So, but I will send you the information about locking medication and some of the resources there. And so at least that will be there. And then we're going to look to find other ways that may be our event that we can do with medicine take back, or that we could also give away medicine lock boxes as well. So, but this is great. I am so glad to hear. And this is where some of our money went to, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, yeah, purchasing the items.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you all for that.
And so you said it's in this to be able to sign up. Is that the to be able to, like, if you want to work the day of, is there?
Yes. So in the email that I sent, it's a link to Sign Up Genius. And so you'll see all the volunteer opportunities there.
Okay, but this is good work. I know this is a lot of work, and I'm really excited to see this and come together.
This is good. This is you all's idea. It came from your retreat. The Fair Housing Board said the same thing. HRC said the same thing. So we were like, oh, everybody's talking, they want to do the same thing. So let's bring everyone together. So this is the fruit of that.
Well, we can push it out on post social media.
Right.
And it may be a good way. I guess we should all look to find a way to push it out in our various organizations and whatnot, right?
Absolutely. So I attached the flyer to the email. So yes, please promote it if you can. Thank you.
Okay. It's the 20th. All right.
Yes. But that's all I had from our office.
All right. Thank you. Is there any new business anyone has? All right, so what I would like to say is encourage all the different committees to please meet and come back with some plans. So next meeting we've got some things planned out. We're moving forward, not just still talking about what we could do. I would like to challenge everyone, each committee, to come back with what we're going to do. Here's what we're proposing that we're going to do. Because I'm a firm believer in doing versus, we sit here planning for a whole year and you don't do anything. So let's do it. It's like Nike says, just do it. Okay. And so that's what I want. That's what I'm expecting for our March meeting. Each committee to come back with concrete action or event, something that we're doing. Even our liaison's office, I've challenged them to come back with, here are the RAC cards. This is what we have, not what they're deciding on. So it's a big task for everyone, and I want to thank everyone for their efforts. Us having to deal with the pandemic and shift mid-year, and coming up with a emergency work plan, and it's looking great. And please all come out and volunteer in some capacity to make this event a success on the 20th. That's only in 2 weeks. So once again, we've got to do, not talk, let's do. And that's it. If nobody has anything else, one last call, anybody have anything else?
I'm good.
Okay, so we get to finish up early today so that we can what? So that we can go do. Yeah.
Line it up. Yep.
All right, we talked, now it's time for us to do. And once thank you again to the visitors. Please, you all continue to join in the second Wednesday of each month at 12 o'clock. And if you got any suggestions or some ideas that you want to share with us, please contact us through the website or through the city site or whatnot, and let us know your ideas. And if you'd like to speak at a future meeting, please contact us and let us know ahead of time so that we can allot some time to hear your views or hear what it is you would like to say. With that, do I have a motion?
Before you motion, there is a hand raised by Mr. Turpin. Did you want to give him opportunity to ask a
Sure.
question or speak?
Sure.
Okay, 1 second. I'm gonna unmute him.
Thank you, Marquita.
You're welcome.
I just wanted to know a little more. How can I get some more information about the 20th?
Yes, so we are working on, I don't think it's up on the website. Deja, remind me if it is or it isn't. But we're gonna put it on this. You say it again?
It will be posted on as a news calendar event on the city website today.
Okay.
However, if for whatever reason it do not get today, if you go on to RaleighNC.gov or go to Office of Equity Inclusion, I suggest anyone to stay updated with all our boards and commissions and events. Subscribe to our news. And so on the right-hand side on Office of Equity Inclusion, there's going to be a subscribe button. And then you click My Raleigh subscription and you check equity inclusion news, or you can also check substance use. So anything we do, we will post it in Gov Delivery as well. So it'll be going out there as well, but we'll be on the city website today.
Great. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, anybody else?
Just want to thank the visitors and guests we had today. We appreciate you joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Mr. Turpin used to be my boss.
Turpin used to be your boss. Okay. All right, with that being said, do we have a motion?
Make a motion to adjourn the meeting. Lynn Williams.
Second.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
I'm sure y'all wanted to adjourn.
All right, so this meeting is adjourned. See you all. Have a great day.
Bye, you all take care.